Jackson.
Shooting 67 weddings last year.
Taylor Jackson, welcome.
So Taylor, you are well known in this community. You're an amazing photographer.
Exciting month if you are a member of Patreon. In the month of May, I will be doing a private custom portfolio review for you, and you can send me either your website or Instagram. There are directions over on Patreon on how to get that done, and it will be in the month of May, and this is the only time I'm ever gonna do this, because quite honestly, it's gonna be a heck of a lot of work. Never really done an official studio tour, so I'll do it now. This is a ladder. It's our finest ladder, it's our only ladder. These are some chairs. We went on the internet and we bought these chairs, and then they got shipped here. This is Jeff's teleprompter, which is pretty exciting. It's kind of like the little parrot teleprompter. That you just put an iPad in here, and then you can just read script, and he does a lot of that. And it's nice to have your notes up. So essentially, I could be just talking to you right now, and I could actually be reading a script if I had a teleprompter. It's got some lights here. I believe that this is his hair light, because Jeff likes to have make sure his hair is nice and well lit. And then some of these Godoc's little panels here. And these are very inexpensive for how good they are. We also have this Octobox that you've seen on a few different videos, or maybe one video. We were at Fixed Gear in Guelph. This is a dog bed over here. This is Jeff's extension cord, and it might be the oldest extension cord that I have ever seen personally in my life. We'll go in for a closer look. This is the desk that I sit at sometimes. Sometimes there are computers up here. We actually have a back room. I've never shown you the back room before, so let's actually go do that. Now this is a proper studio tour, because you haven't seen these elements. This is some paper that I've poorly cut. Lindsay got mad at me for cutting her paper roll a little bit wrong. Got some gray, got some pink. This is a shower door for our bathroom. Lindsay runs a clothing line as well as being a photographer, so this is for her clothing line. Our disco ball. And then in here, just a lot of chairs. The chairs are because we actually rent this space out more often than we use it ourselves. So one of the surprises we actually got with a studio was the fact that lots of people actually do want to use this space, and we're in a good location. So that was a surprise business, and you can see my behind the scenes. This is rather than a gorilla pod, I thought it'd be funny just to use a full out tripod and then brace it against my leg. So very elaborate selfie stick, but it makes it feel like I have somebody here, because I can't really hang out with anyone right now. Back to the main room. It's also worth pointing out that our Red Bull fridge no longer has any Red Bull in it. It's just coffee creamer. Once upon a time, it was entirely full. It's probably better for our health to actually not have a full Red Bull fridge all the time. Let's get to the topic at hand. So today's topic, we'll do a proper studio tour eventually. Today's topic is that I'm going to be doing portfolio reviews for you. So if you're a member of Patreon, or if you join Patreon within the month of May of this year, of this weird and strange and unusual 2020, I will actually make a custom video for you, which means that I'm going to be going through either your website or your Instagram, and I'm going to send that video just to you. So let me know if you're interested in having that. There are directions over on Patreon on how to submit that, but you do have to join Patreon to get that deal. So yeah, if you're interested, I think that there's a lot to be learned when it comes to specifically like this time, that this is one time that I don't want to be the person that's like, you have all this free time, you should be doing more with it, you should write those 5 novels and start your Harry Potter series in this free time that you have. I don't think that that's specifically true. I think that there is some level that you kind of have to balance your actual mental and health state, but I think that there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of things that we can be doing. As I've spoken to from this specific chair before, that 2020 is going to be terrible, it's going to be bad, but 2021 is going to be the most amount of weddings that any of us have ever seen in our entire lives, all within 1 year. So if you put in the work now and you get your presence up and ready for 2021, and then as wedding photographers, we're also always working a year out. So 2021 really isn't that far away. So if you are right now, if you're sitting on a website that you're like, oh, I'm pretty happy with it, but there are maybe some things that I could do, I'm basically just going to go through and I'm going to let you know the things that I would personally change on my website if I were you. See, I feel like I'm a little overexposed. It's a little better. I always have that de-lighting on my Nikon camera whenever I'm recording video, but this is the Canon R. It does not allow me to do that while recording video. So that's really all for today. And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up over the next couple. So basically what's happened is that I've been able to actually get through my back catalog of content that I've created and not edited. Like there was so much. We shot all of the Nikon show in November and January. We basically just spent kind of 2 months out filming content. And then I came home and then immediately went back into more content production with different things at home that I was neglecting when I wasn't here. And it's really been strangely kind of the busiest time for me over the past couple of weeks, which is why I'm kind of time delaying. So if you do sign up for the portfolio review, they're going to start on May 5th actually, because I need kind of the next couple of days to get my life in order so that I can actually take that task on, because the last time I did portfolio reviews, Patreon was a heck of a lot smaller, and I think that it was 8 or 9 hours of video content that I recorded. That was in a different style. I made that all kind of publicly accessible to everyone, which this time I'd rather just make you a private video and just have it only in your inbox, and it won't disappear or anything. You can go back to it as much as you want, or as long as my friend Michael Litt's company Vidyard will leave it online, which I believe is kind of forever. I'll maybe read the terms and conditions and make sure, but I'm going to give you a custom video and you are able to make those changes if you want and get yourself ready for 2021, the greatest year of wedding photography ever. It's going to be crazy. In other news, as the sun starts to get a little bit brighter here, actually, it kind of goes with my message. All I need now is some soft string music. Things seem like they are getting better here, which is nice. There is talk about everything reopening finally, and also some plans in place for how those things are going to come together, and how we're going to make our transition back to a regular, normal society that existed 2 months ago, which is kind of crazy that all of this has kind of happened so quickly. So I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. I don't believe that weddings, like, I'm not going to be shooting those June weddings, I don't think, but I might be shooting some June elopements, and it'll be nice to get back into the world and to be actually able to photograph people once again. And if you're sitting there and you're like, the thing I'm not happy with is my actual images in my portfolio, start putting the wheels in motion right now to create those portfolio images. So once all of the restrictions are lifted and you're able to just go out in the world and actually do shoots that you want to do again, make sure that all those people know and that you're going to be ready to go. There's a truck trying to make a really challenging turn here. Oh, is he going to make it? Oh! That was so close. Inches away. It's a very challenging corner for trucks. I don't know why it's a thing that they have to do on their route, turn from King Street onto this street. A tiny intersection of urban camp. Sorry if that was a little noisy. Usually I have my lav mic on, but today I'm trying some new mics. This is the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, which I think I like, but it's a little too bassy. And then in this room, as you notice in the back room, it just collects everything. Whereas when you have a lav on, I actually flip my lavs and I put it kind of down like this. Usually like over here if possible, as you've probably seen in other videos. But if you're kind of flipped down like that and you're just right close to the source of the audio, you're getting good audio. Shotgun microphones also good, but I feel like aren't as consistent. And then I have a Rode NTG, which is actually the I don't know what it's called. It's the NTG shotgun that actually goes on your camera. And I have that on the way, which I like the profile, I guess the audio profile of the NTG series, NTG3 specifically, a lot. So I'm hoping that the NTG for your actual on-camera mic comes through with that profile a little bit, but I just think the distance is going to be different. So NTG3, like I can be a long ways away and still it's a long mic, and I can still get great audio from it. Obviously the closer you are the better, but the NTG3 is kind of, I would say maybe half or even less than half the distance or the length of the microphone. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts today. Join Patreon if you're interested in having myself review your portfolio, to click on it and to look at the things and to give you all the feedback that I might have. And a lot of it will be business feedback if possible. I'm not going to go through all your images and tell you like, oh, you should have moved this hand this way, because there's nothing that any of us can do about that. There's images in my portfolio that I look at every day that I'm like, wow, I wish I would have shot that a little bit differently. But I'm going to give you actionable things that you can actually do now in this current environment and landscape to make your business better and to make 2021 greatest year of your life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, tomorrow I guess, on YouTube, because we just go every day now. That's, I guess, the way it is. See you then.